What's up, everybody? It's me, Crosspatch. Welcome back to my Madden 21 Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. It is week 3 of the NFL season. We are 2-0, and we have the Washington football team in town this afternoon. They are only 0-2, but we do have a bit of a rekindling of an old rivalry today, as well as a breakout scenario for one of our best players. So, a couple of things going on. And as always, we're playing on all Madden, so you never know what can happen. We'll get this thing underway. And here he comes, Baker Mayfield. We certainly had all we could stand of him when he was in Cleveland. And he's in Washington now. Not off to a great start this season. And I'll take a quick look at who else we're dealing with here from a superstar perspective on their side. Chase Young, of course, he's going to be a problem at defensive end. They got Brandon Sheriff at right guard, Mayfield, and Deontay Harris at wide receiver. So not a whole lot going on there as far as talent on their side. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Get our coaching adjustments set up, and we will get going. And as always, we're bringing pressure. We are well familiar with Mayfield and what he can do. Doesn't quite have the talent around him that he had in Cleveland. They do have Ronald Jones at halfback. They've got Terry McLaurin at wide receiver, who has some good speed. So a little worried about how we're going to match up against him. Isaac's getting beat already, getting off to a good start.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly,
so Isaac is our, I don't know, I guess our best corner, number 25. He is, he's a star development. Oh, and Ronald Jones is injured.
Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run,
so we'll continue to bring pressure on Mayfield. Yeah, so our corners are okay at best. And hope they hold up to some of the speed we're going to have against us today. They are fast. We have good athletes at corner. They're just
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Don't quite have the man coverage and awareness and that kind of thing we like to see. There we go. There's one of our corners coming through. Maybe I need to say negative things about them and they'll play better. So here comes Dakota Cavanaugh. Superstar. You can see how he's performed through 2 games this season. He is a superstar right now. We can get him up to superstar X Factor today. He is going to need 350 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and the win. So if we can accomplish that with him, I mean, he's basically done that in his first 2 games this season, but we did throw some interceptions. So we can't have that today if we want him to hit that, get that X Factor breakout. So we're going to be throwing a lot today, at least until we get this accomplished. Oh boy, and that almost ended it right there with an interception. I'll be a little more careful today.
Pick up yardage, but in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
We'll go underneath to Peterson. He'll pick up the first. So like I always say when we have these breakouts, man, it's like they really pull you away from making good decisions with play calling. Because you're so concerned about getting the breakout scenario. You kind of stop making good football choices to some extent. Like right now, I should be running the ball, but no, we're going to throw this slant right out of the gate. Unless he's, nope, he's good. I was going to say, unless the corner's walked up on him, but he is not. So we're going to throw this slant to Claypool. And there's touchdown number 1. Claypool's happy.
His 6th touchdown of the season, and the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead.
So I've got my jumbled up my offensive line last game. We have those we have them in those same positions today. I didn't actually change their positions, but I just have them starting in different positions, and I feel like it's working out. I feel like it's a little better than the way I had it before, so we probably will end up changing some guys' positions on the offensive line, just to maybe more natural positions for them.
Last time it led to the opening touchdown, so now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
All right, I'm going to say some more. What negative things can I say about my cornerbacks now to get them to get another interception here?
2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep it. Occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep
bounced it outside. Darius Geis.
Take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up.
I guess Jones is still out.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they're coming out. Let's see. I guess we'll stick with our 3-4. They're coming out with 2 tight ends.
He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. Pressure.
Who's that? TJ Watt, of course. Who else would it be? TJ Watt says, "Remember me," to Baker Mayfield.
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in at mass.
And there he is again. Watt is now in the zone, but it's 4th down, so it doesn't quite matter, at least for now.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Have about 5 sacks last.
Here comes J.J. Lowry, our rookie wide receiver with a ton of speed. Find some ways to get him on the field besides returning kicks and punts. And let's go. And keep on throwing the ball. Let's get back at it.
Offensive possession, and certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start to
There's
script to try and get
Peterson again. We do kind of script our plays, so I'm going to be going back and forth with that. Usually just the first possession of the first half, but you know, we're looking for bigger plays, so I'm going to be coming back to them a little bit. And avoiding other plays that are maybe a little more risky. Because we can't have that interception, apparently, if we want him to get that X-Factor breakout. And there is Smith-Schuster. Let's go.
Weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to
Trace Stack.
as well.
Smash seam.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun.
Oh no, boy! I thought there was going to be an interception. Saw that linebacker lurking right as I let the ball go. Which I should have seen him before that.
But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
There is Deontay Johnson. And he is down to the 4. So we're going to see if we can throw that slant once more.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Here we go. Oh, it's the end of the quarter. All right.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
All right. There, get in there. Good Lord. He is not in the end zone, apparently.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time.
So we will run it again.
Slants in the red zone. Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's
Get some linebackers there. Hopefully this doesn't get intercepted.
Your biggest worry, ball is tipped in the air because of that.
There we go.
In the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
All right, so there's 2 touchdowns.
With a second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
So the touchdowns I don't think will be a problem. Avoiding interceptions I don't think will be a problem. I hope, although I probably shouldn't say that.
You got to make sure that you survive the early
The 350 yards kind of depends on what we can get downfield. I haven't seen a lot of deep looks open yet. Like, I'd hate to have to be grinding it out in the 4th quarter to get to 350 yards. Kind of like this to be over sooner. TJ Watt's in the zone.
turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first down.
And that's intercepted by Edmonds.
The safety Terrell Edmonds picks it. And great field position coming up in the
2 interceptions in the first half. And let's see if we can punch this one in as well. Calling some conservative plays.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver.
There's Smith-Schuster wide open.
Deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line,
Oh, all right. What are we going to do here? I think we're going to run a little fullback dive and try to get this thing down to about the 3, and then we'll be looking for that slant again, I think. There we go. Perfect.
the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's do it again.
Some 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
To throw on 2nd.
Touchdown number 3.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
And Claypool's benefiting from this as well. I should get Smith-Schuster in there for a few of those.
3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And it is now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
All right.
Boswell now to kick it away.
See if we can stop him again. I mean, it's certainly helpful when Mayfield throws the ball to our guys. I appreciate that.
Leads the offense out for their next possession. In 2nd quarter, they're down big.
Watt is still in the zone.
Struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit.
And that's intercepted again. Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Picked up by Baker Fitzpatrick.
Mayfield may be confused about which team he's on. It's hard to say.
Straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him.
Maybe he's having flashbacks to when he played for the Browns. I don't know. Stressed out over these Steelers. And this might be a touchdown. There we go. So there's our touchdowns. We got our 4 touchdowns. Now we need the yards. I don't know how many yards he has. I'm guessing around 150 right now. I mean, we're working with these short fields, which is nice, but it doesn't help for getting those yards we need. Here we go, Steelers.
He's advanced.
after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
All right, so we need an interception for Darren Isaac, and that will be a pick for every one of our starting defensive backs.
He's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Hey, switch, we switch. Oh, and there's
The drive starts with a completion left side.
quick slant.
Nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Mayfield maybe getting
For 24 yards.
getting things together.
One play and they're already just shy of midfield.
We'll see. Watt is out of the zone.
This is Jones.
Oh boy.
Get him down as he's inside the 40.
Another good gain.
13 yards there at a Washington.
Another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This
Quarterback has been
offense
struggling a
finding
little
its
bit.
legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Down he goes.
Pressure too much here.
Chris Hayes, inside linebacker, second-year player.
Back there, I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try.
Oh, man. Getting us with those slants. That's where these corners get hurt.
Down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run.
And we will go quarters as close to the goal line.
That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into
They're
it.
going with the jet sweep or tight end around, I guess. Is that a tight end?
Free after the catch.
Give him 5 on the
And
carry.
Njoku.
Second down.
And around with the tight end. Oh, and I'm backing out like it's a pass and they're running the ball.
Down here at the 12-yard line. A gain
So
of
Washington finally on the move here a little bit.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient,
And why do we have TJ Watt covering a zone all the way across the field? That makes no sense.
yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
the offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll lose a yard there. And it's
Second and 11 on the 13. They can still get a first down without scoring here. We're going to stay with our 3-3-5 will and the cover 4.
Things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play.
And I missed the hit stick, but he got out of bounds. So that's fine.
Big tight end.
So Mayfield is 7 of 10, and all 3 of his incompletions were
Game throwing the football.
interceptions.
You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Oh, man.
Pay dirt, but don't
What is the
get
flag?
There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
What is it? Come on. Illegal touching. Or no. Yeah, illegal touching. So we will accept that. That brings up a 4th down.
We'll see if they have
And what will they do? They're going to kick a field goal. Down 28 zip.
When they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count,
All right.
can they get it back
I would not kick a field goal if I was in their position, but
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from
at least they are on the board. The shutout is
the best
Shutout is over.
The coach.
all right.
that drive. Took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there.
So we'll finally be working with a bit of a longer field here.
Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And still going to be throwing the ball. We need yardage at this point.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
See if we can get Smith-Schuster on the deep crosser again.
Seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone and all
Not quite what we wanted, but it'll do.
everything is
167 yards, so he needs.
works. And they are on
Cavanaugh still needs.
They are in that zone that
Almost 200 yards passing.
What it is, this has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better.
Chris Hayes. Not Chris Hayes.
That catch good for only a couple.
Tyrell
He's
Hayes.
a fourth rounder. I think he might have a chance to play and prove
Our rookie
taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen
rookie
so many
halfback
times
playing
now
that
guys
third
that
down
do
back
well
role.
in the draft. Undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players. So you
After
never
we
know.
said goodbye to
First-round pick,
Anthony McFarland after last season.
Take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
There's Claypool. Got jammed off the ball, but
entire scouting
made something out of it.
General manager, personnel department, college scouts all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Operating from the gun.
Claypool again.
Completion.
Might get this one in.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Can I trade a touchdown for 50 yards of passing?
On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is
All right.
5 drives, 5 touchdowns.
So maybe we can get the ball back here before the half. We've got 3 timeouts.
We thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now-
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to
And we're going to come at them with our
not much of it.
dime
Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
Foxfire zone press.
Very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Remember, Mayfield used to get rattled by zone blitzes. Who knows if that's still true or not, but
Extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back
they're
to
taking
the
a timeout.
doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball. to,
Possibly
spending
helpful
time
for us.
watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield.
throws it out of bounds.
Caught, but boy, he's out of bounds.
No gain.
Into space, coming out of the backfield.
Let's go.
It'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Mayfield.
Ah,
Got him in.
and a flag on the play. Let's see what that is.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty.
And a
flag on the
hold.
field.
So we will
Well, they've
certainly
already
allow
six in
that
this
to
first half.
count.
Holding penalty.
And we're going to go to cover 3 here. Try to get them off the field, and we will have a few seconds to work with. Maybe.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And
There
he'll
we
take
go.
his
So
own
they're going to punt. We're going to have 30,
Now the
I don't know,
Steelers use
35,
the
36 seconds probably to do something.
as they'll stop it with just
We want to be careful. We want to be smart.
first half. Here's Tressway.
But it would be great to pick up a few yards before the half.
So he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood.
Let's go, Lowry. Oh, down he goes.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt. 2 on
All right.
the turn.
So,
Come the offense as they take over.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to do anything dumb here. I don't want to force anything. It is not important that anything... We're up 35-3. It's not super important that we do anything here. But I would like to get some yards if we can. And there's Peterson. There's some yards. We'll take a timeout.
To create that distance, and they're on a really big time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does because oftentimes
So I'm going to try looking for that deep crosser to Smith-Schuster again. If they play it over the top, I don't think I'm going to throw it.
They are clicking right
Unless there's like, if that's a single high safety, I'm going to throw it. But if that corner drops back into too deep or something, I'm not throwing that. Yeah, I'm not throwing it. We'll get rid of it.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line.
Oh, all right.
The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that's a dangerous throw with the way they've been playing that too deep. Like man under when I'm running this crosser.
Throwing again. Cavanaugh flushed out right. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
We'll take our last time out. And
they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
See what else we can maybe do that's not stupid. Felt like I did a couple of semi-stupid things just there.
To pick up the first. From the gun, Cavanaugh.
There is Claypool, who can't get out of bounds. That's going to be the end of the half. That is the end of the half. We are up 35-3. See how many passing yards we have.
Check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report.
251, so we need 100 yards still.
And we will skip
100 yards passing. We haven't really run the ball
week 3 matchup.
at all, I don't think. But we will. Once this is solved, once this breakout scenario is taken care of. And yes, we are calling some redundant plays here.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun.
There is Peterson.
Getting this one up to about the 35.
All right.
Way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Let's see if we can get something down the middle maybe. We've been trying to work the deep shots.
For a really nice gain.
Throwing on 1st down.
There's Peterson again.
Short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Enemy territory.
Catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed,
Get it out to Hayes.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about
And
this
we'll
a
look for
lot.
Smith-Schuster again.
See their job is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And there he is.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's in. Touchdown.
All right, so that has to give us over 300 yards passing at this point.
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And this offense is run.
Let's take a look. 328.
With this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
So as you can see, the game is a little out of hand, and it is only early in the 3rd quarter. So now might be a good time to talk about a change I'm thinking of making to this franchise, as well as why I'm thinking of making it. I am thinking of cutting my quarter lengths down to 6 minutes. Because every game I play, like, there's just so much garbage time in. And I know I've been throwing like crazy in this game, and I usually don't excessively throw like this, although we do throw a lot. But our games tend to be blowouts. And by this time in the 3rd quarter, it's usually over. So I think that by reducing my... and I know that's, there's arguments either way, like what's realistic and what's not. But, it's not realistic to throw 60 touchdown passes a season either. So I've been experimenting a little bit with it in my offline franchise, the one I don't record for YouTube, in other words. And you can still get some pretty good yardage. We're still going to have 4,000-yard passing quarterbacks and 40 touchdown passes and 1,000-yard rushers and stuff like that. But I think the games will be closer. The progression will be a little bit better. Like right now, I'm going to have, it looks as though I'm going to have every skill position player on my offense is an X factor. And you talk about what's realistic, like that's kind of fun, but it's like a little crazy, right? So that's an experiment I'm thinking about, seriously thinking about. If I have any feedback on that, I'd like to hear it. But, you know. So we need 14 yards here. We need to get 14 yards without throwing an interception. And once we get that, I am pulling Cavanaugh.
That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens.
And there's Claypool. That ought to do it. 360 yards passing, 6 touchdowns.
Just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see.
And maybe we'll run the ball.
Not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
First carry for James Conner, and he'll get 3 down.
Just checking my notes to make sure the 350 is what we need, and it is. So we are going to get Dakota Cavanaugh out of the game. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. All right. So we'll be looking to Brad Core, our semi-terrible backup quarterback, to get us through the rest of this game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, man. Chase Young's all over him.
The Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
All right, so can we kick a field goal from here? Like, it seems crazy to go for it. I don't think we can kick a 54-yard field goal. So I think we're going to go for it. Even though we're winning by 39 points. There's Claypool again.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 27.
Claypool is happy.
Play there on 4th.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead,
James Conner has been utterly bored throughout this game. We're going to try to get him some carries here.
He stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Again, a run with Conner.
Let's go, Conner.
Display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5.
3rd and 4.
7 yards on the carry.
I guess we could have Core throw a... It would help Core's progression a little bit to let him throw a touchdown pass maybe here. This is the kind of stuff you won't have to watch if I reduce my quarter length to 6 minutes. So yeah, it's just garbage time, you know? There's like a quarter and a half of garbage time in every game that will be greatly reduced if I drop the quarter length. And maybe the games will be more competitive. I don't know. Another thing is I've had a couple of viewers talk about doing some more in-depth stuff as far as looking at the team. going over the upgrades after, and that would give me a little more time to do that stuff without making the video super long with the way I record it.
So now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark.
So Mayfield
just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
has had better days.
At this point.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch.
I don't know what led to him departing Cleveland. I'm going to assume it was just the mathematical algorithm of the computer thinking he wasn't worth keeping. So they had they actually have a young quarterback that's a Madden generated player right now, who's pretty good, that we'll be seeing again this season. Whose name escapes me, but I remember last season he was pretty good when we saw him. Same draft class as oh, Goodrich almost picks off the ball. But he's the same draft class as Dakota Cavanaugh, our man. Oh, still getting us on those slants.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion.
This game was decided a while ago, says the announcer.
So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Mayfield gets rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this.
And what are we going to do here? Let's go back to our dime.
This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with.
We'll go.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big.
If you're still watching this at this point, I really appreciate it.
Get to him and forcing a third down.
Going to the air again.
I am coming up on 400 subscribers on this channel. I know that's not a lot in the world of YouTube, but I appreciate every one of you.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Mayfield with it once more.
And there's Watt with another sack. 3rd on the day.
T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
And there's another interception, Devin Bush.
4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Devin Bush tends to get an interception or two when I'm not controlling him.
Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this
When I'm controlling him, he's a little more bumbling.
And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit,
And there goes.
you're supposed to make all the right throws, right?
There goes Connor. Don't forget me, he says. All of this passing. 68-yard touchdown run.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half.
So what do we have? 4 interceptions.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as they're
Mayfield has thrown.
comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive.
Oh, and he missed the hit stick. Edmonds doesn't miss the hit stick, though.
For Jones. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield throwing the out route.
Another big hit by Edmonds.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Oh, what the heck? Mayfield just falls on his face. Or Bush, rather.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws it.
And he's going to be hit and taken.
And there's Darren Isaac, the corner. No interceptions for him today, but he comes up with a sack.
Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Out of bounds.
He caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Mayfield.
Wow. Nice throw and catch there.
Steelers 25-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Left side completion to Jones. Not much there.
Down to 2 minutes left.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the
This clock mercifully will run out eventually.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
And why does... I don't even understand. Fitzpatrick has deep third, but he lines up at the line of scrimmage for some reason.
Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
Clock is ticking down.
Forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Broken up by Barkley.
First down, but it winds up.
Barkley has an interception earlier in the game.
Shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield, and he's across.
And Mayfield finally with a touchdown pass.
But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
The comeback is on.
Coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
So, yeah, I mean, 6-minute quarters. I don't know if the results of the game will be any different, but it won't be 56-10. You know, like it won't be. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be like 35-10 at halftime, or 35 to zip at halftime, or what we end up with a lot of times. And like I said, I think our key players can still get the stats they need. And
this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down.
I think it will curtail some of the runaway,
Just keep that clock ticking.
and kind of even out some of the progression that seems so hard to come by on defense and so easy to come by on offense.
Here's 2nd and 5.
Getting some of our other guys in the game here to carry the ball.
It'll be
We'll run it once more, and that'll be the end of the day. End of the day. End of the game. End of the day, too, I suppose.
Because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
There's one. Cobb. Doesn't pick up the first down, but that's it. That's the end of the game. If you want to hang out, we're going to take a look at some stats. And we are going to have an X-Factor quarterback to go with our X-Factor halfback, our 3 X-Factor wide receivers, and our X-Factor tight end. So there you go. Washington is wishing they stayed home. Baker Mayfield is wishing he stayed in Cleveland. Pretty good defensive performance. Obviously, the performance we needed from Cavanaugh. So let's take a look at these stats and get out of here. So Mayfield, I don't know, had some yards, had a good completion percentage, but 4 interceptions he threw. Cavanaugh had 360 yards, 6 touchdowns, 26 of 28. I mean, it's tough to do a lot better than that. I guess 28 of 28 would be better than that. Core came in and mop up and did all right. James Conner making his presence known after being ignored throughout most of the game with a big run. Claypool 12 balls for 138. Smith-Schuster 7 catches for 145. Both guys 4 and 3 touchdowns. And Peterson's, this is the kind of distribution I want with my top 3 receivers. That's about right. I mean, maybe the yardage is a little high, but, you know, that kind of ratio. Defensively, Edmonds led the team in tackles. Watt with 3 sacks, Hayes with 1, Isaac with 1. And let's see, Edmonds, Fitzpatrick, Barkley, and Bush all hit interceptions. So that is it. I appreciate you watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a great day. And I will see you next game.